Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play some more How to Break Up with Your Yandere Boyfriend. This time, we are going to try to do ending C. There's no ending B. There's A, C, D, D minus, and F endings. But today we're going to do C. The game is currently in a demo with 5 neutral endings. At this moment, we're actively working on the route where you discover the meat in the fridge, so only that route includes choices during the dinner scene. For our route, please remember to use the WIP button, work in progress button, to proceed for the dinner scene and reach neutral endings D, negative D, or F. You can find all the walkthroughs here. Or, in our case, you can look at our video. Disclaimer, this game's visuals are shown from a point of view of the main character. Your choices will affect the scenes involving reflections by part and characters related to the MC. These sections shape how the world reacts to you. You take a breath and step into yourself. You picture your hair how it naturally rests. Okay, mine is wavy and straight. Last time I did wavy, something is too straight. It's like half and half. Now it's color. Okay, brown. Your skin warm, cool, familiar. I'm gonna go pale, even though it's technically a little bit of tan. Tan pale. Your eyes, the part people linger on. Brown. The shape of your gaze. I still have no idea what these are, so moonwood. Your hair falls in the straight way, naturally brown. Wait, we had to choose our natural hair color? Okay, it's actually natural, but brown, but your pale skin feels unmistakably yours. These brown mono eyes stare back at you. This is how the world will see you. Yes, that's me. Type your name. Well, YN, of course. Because why not? Which makes sense. Hey, YN. The sound of your name jolts you back to reality. You blink, realizing you've been staring blankly at your open computer screen for who knows how long, doing absolutely nothing. Your gaze drifts to the clock on the wall, still office hours before shifting to the person who calls your name. It's your coworker, the one you've been working closely with for a while now. Unlike the person she replaced, the two of you get along surprisingly well. For a moment, you just stare blankly at the file she extended towards you. They need some last-minute changes before sending them to the client. Something about increasing the font size by a point. She mimics your boss's mannerisms perfectly, coaxing a faint smile from you. As you take the files, your fingers instinctively return to the keyboard, tapping out the same monotonous rhythm as always. You still haven't talked to him, have you? No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, we definitely did. A few people pass by your desk, arguing loudly, but you keep your eyes fixed on the screen and mutter. Not yet. How much longer are you going to delay this? It won't change anything. I know. Your coworker takes a sip from her mug without lifting her hands from the keyboard, then glimpses. Thanks to your boss dragging out the meeting, the coffee's gone ice cold. You can't keep doing this. Aren't you dead set on telling him last night? You roll your eyes dramatically and exhale, knowing full well she won't see it. I tried, but in the middle of our video call, his dog suddenly started throwing up. Did the princess eat something while he was on video call? Like something what we were gonna do from She's a career ally. How was I supposed to drop a breakup on him like that? I'm not that heartless. Was it serious? You tried to recall the last message your boyfriend sent to you this morning. I think she swallowed something, or had an allergic reaction. Either way, I'm sure she's fine now. Soren took her to the vet this morning. Perfect opportunity. Call him somewhere after work and talk. But Soren would never leave his dog alone like that. He's crazy attached to her. It'll only take a half an hour. No way! How am I supposed to explain why I'm breaking up with him in half an hour? Impossible. People break up with a single text these days. That's too harsh. Besides, he's never accept it. He'll kidnap us. And of course he would never accept it, because he is a Yandere after all. And I think stalks us too, so... And they implied an ending... Hey, it's gonna stalk us. Your coker suddenly stops typing and turns to you, confused. You don't need him to accept it. Just tell him you don't feel the same way anymore. Unless that's not actually the case. Your fingers freeze mid-step, mid-type. Of course it is. Alright, don't get mad. But if you're so sure about breaking up, why keep delaying it? You swallow hard before answering, as if you've been asking yourself the same thing. Of course, this isn't the kind of question you can resolve in the middle of the workday, mid-conversation with a coworker. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not as good as breaking hearts as you are. See, more excuses. Maybe you should reconsider. You might regret it later. Oh, I think we'll be on the regret on a different reason. No, I have to end it. Like I said, my feelings changed. I know how good he is to me, how devoted he is, but I can't return it. Lately, I've been thinking about my ex. Oh, defensive now. Your voice raises slightly. Not that I went back, it's just things were so different with him. Maybe Soren and I just aren't right for each other. To your surprise, your coworker nods. That's fair. I'm sure he'll be happier with someone else too. You're right. I'll tell him today, and this time I mean it. Just then, the files on your desk trembled slightly, startling you. Speaking of the devil, and the fact that I love the wallpaper, it takes you a second to realize that it's your phone vibrating beneath them, but the moment you see his name flashing on the screen, the odd tension coils in your chest. Your eyes dart to your coworkers. It's him. Unlike you, she looks almost excited, nudging you towards the phone. Perfect timing. Check what he wrote. Whose printout is this? It got mixed up with mine. Someone's grumbling by the printer, and your coworker jumps up in a hurry. Left alone, you hesitate. A part of you dreads whatever new complication this message might bring. Something that could unravel your resolve. Your fingers hover before finally tapping the screen. You exhale sharply, lean back in your chair, and close your eyes. Waiting for the test results, but they said she ate something she shouldn't have. Aw. Hey love, we finished early at the vet, so I went shopping. Got those ribs you love, cooking a special dinner tonight. Just the two of us, what do you say? And Princess. We want Princess there. I want Princess there. Your coworker rushes back, papers in hand. What did he say? You glance around the office, making sure no one's paying attention. Then show her the message. I don't think anyone's really gonna pay attention. Maybe that guy. He secretly wants us. I'm joking, of course. It looks like it's too busy. This is great. All you have to do is go. Then explain things as kindly as possible. From what I remember at the company's dinner, Soren seemed like a very reasonable, very kind guy. You had things clean, no drama. You have no doubt Soren is reasonable, level-headed even, and yet the thought of having that conversation stirs an inescapable unease in you. You can't explain why. Soren's the definition of ordinary dog, remote job, weekdays, split between bad movies and you. No surprises, no drama, just life. And a dark, dark, dark secret. Painfully ordinary. Maybe that's part of why you want to leave. Compared to your ex, no, you can't make the comparison yet. Not until this is over. With a quick tap on the keyboard, you reply. Of course, I'll be there. The rest of the workday passes in a hectic blur, yet somehow faster than you expected. By the time you were packing up and chatting with your coworkers on your way out, you realize you're in the best mood you've been in for days. Your coworker flashes you a knowing smile before parting ways. Don't forget to text me updates, I'll be waiting. But the moment dinner crosses your mind, all your anxieties come crashing back down like a weight on your shoulders. You freeze mid-sidewalk, earning a few annoyed bumps from passerbyers. Alright, see you. Since you need to stop by your place first, you hurry into the crowded metro and pull out your phone only to find bad news waiting. We notice you haven't picked up your dress yet. It's freshly clean and waiting for you at the Suds and Suds. Don't forget to stop by during our office hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. No, Soren hasn't canceled. Worse, you completely forgot to pick up your dress from the dry cleaners from your best friend's birthday party tomorrow. For your best friend's birthday tomorrow. Your stomach drops as you reread the reminder text, double-checking the shop's address and hours. The dry cleaners is the exact opposite direction of Soren's place. If you go now, you'd definitely be late for dinner. Your options: skip the party entirely. With tomorrow's big client meeting, your boss will give you even an hour's break. You're not exactly to show up to your friend's fancy venue in some random outfit. Okay, this is where C only differs from A by choosing one choice. So instead of saying skip the dry cleaners, I go with swing by the dry cleaners. But I'm thinking of trying to do it where I ask about Princess towards the end. So because we have to go through, I'm going to still go with skip the dry cleaners. The party tonight is clear. You need to have that talk with Soren. What you'll wear to your best friend's birthday party tomorrow, that's tomorrow's problem. You know Soren won't mind the delay, but you refuse to slacken their lie onto the guilt. Besides, every minute you delay is another crack in your resolve. If you don't do this now, you'll chicken out again. The metro doors slide shut behind you, sealing the choice. It shouldn't hurt this much. Just a stupid dress. Just one missed party, but you chest tightens again anyway. You rush home, showering in a haze, and throw on something comfortable before sliding into the waiting Uber. Since Soren's place is quite far from the city center, you have plenty of time during the journey, and the question that's been weighing on your mind for days will surface once again. Is breaking up with him truly the right decision? If you were to bypass your indecisive reasoning, instead trust your feelings just as you intended tonight, you would find your answer crystal clear. You no longer want to continue this relationship. There's something wrong here, something that simply feels wrong to you. Just then your phone buzzes with a notification pulling you from your thoughts. It's a message from your boyfriend. You reach for the phone, but the name that flashes across the screen makes your heart voluntarily quicken its pace. Lars, your ex-boyfriend, or rather, the ex-boyfriend you've been creeping into your thoughts more and more often lately. I'm very handsome. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Sorry if I'm bothering you. I just want to know if you're coming to tomorrow's party. As you read the message, an inescapable thrill rises within you. knowing Lars' fondness for crowded, lively gatherings, and the fact that he shares mutual friends with Mia, whose birthday is tomorrow, you're certain he'll be there. But what puzzles you is why, after all these months of silence, he first messages about this. You have no idea. Should you respond? Your fingers hesitate over the screen, your inner voice whispering that it would be a mistake. Yandere part of you burns to know why, but has he really moved on? And ages to answer him.
Well, of course we can't talk to text wars. We have to make sure Princess is alright. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Don't text him. You slip your phone back to your pocket and turn to look out the window. Right now, you have neither the time nor the energy to respond to that message, nor to dwell on what might be going through Lars' mind. You know, the reason he's been creeping into your thoughts lately is because of the emotional void and anxiety stirred by your decision to end things with Soren. Your this pattern in past relationships too, but the past needs to stay where it belongs, with it behind you. Besides, you're not even entirely sure you make it to tomorrow's birthday party. Thanks to your forgetfulness, you might end up avoiding Lars altogether, and if he's planning to be a pain, you spare the unpleasant task of having to talk to him. Well then, feel free to pat yourself on the back for this dazzling display of optimism. As you step into the Uber, you notice the light patter of raindrops tapping against the car window has turned into a steady downpour. You pick up your pace, cross into the small garden of Soren's house. An old but sturdy-looking two-story detached house. Its renovations permanently postponed. You rush between the pergola at the entrance, doing your best to shield yourself from the rain. As you press the doorbell, you take a moment to notice how this neighborhood, made up entirely of more detached house, remains just as calm and quiet as ever, rain or not. Soon the muffled sound of footsteps and distant dog barks pierce through the hum of the rain. Then the door swings open, and there he is. Despite the difference in your heights, he leans forward just enough for you to see the warm smile spreading across his face. Welcome, love. Come on in. Don't get any wetter. He steps inside to let you in, and as you cross the threshold, the familiar warmth of the house wraps around you. The contrast between it and the cool, damp air outside, or perhaps the weight of what's about to happen, sends a faint shiver down your spine. Just then, Soren closes the door swiftly behind you and turns to face you. I have to do nothing. Sorry, Soren. It might be best to pull a little distance between you and him, especially with the breakup talk still looming ahead. So instead of hugging or kissing him, like you usually would, you settle for a warm smile. Unlike you, Soren leans in and presses a small kiss on your cheek, either unaware of your reserved demeanor or choosing to ignore it. There's Princess. Just then the dog trots over to the door where you both standing, her tiny body trembling with excitement as she begins to growl at you with surprisingly volume for her size.
I don't think she's telling us to back off.
You notice the wet mark around her mouth, immediately understand Soren must have tried to distract her with food before opening the door, helping to soften her mood.
I'm taking Princess with me.
I don't think my cat likes that, but clearly she could be bothered to fish or snack when the opportunity to antagonize you was too tempting. You missed Wyan too, didn't you, Princess? Been warning them the entire time.
Princess, adorable dog.
Princess's small, greedy, one-eyed chihuahua mix that Soren adopted, and though he refused to admit it, she absolutely has anger issues. No, I think she's overprotective of us. Chiefly with her temperament and the eye patch she wears, Pirate would have been a far more fitting name. No, I think Princess is good. Don't mind her, she always gets a little sensitive after the vet. I wouldn't blame her. Being poked and probed. Oh, of course, no problem. But you know damn well it has nothing to do with the vet. She despised you from the moment you met, for reasons you never understood. I think she likes us from the time we met. Maybe she's even worse with Soren. Not that you can say that to Soren, who somehow still believes his princess is the sweetest, jealous dog alive. Luckily, as long as he's around, her hatred doesn't escalate beyond bare teeth and growls. Or Princess knows about that he's been stalking and she's trying to warn us. So you both head to the living room. She sells for glaring daggers at your back. This time we are gonna ask about the dog's condition. Because it did say choose one. Didn't tell us which one we had to choose. Ask about the dog's condition. Princess is completely fine, right? As always, his eyes soften the moment his dog is mentioned. Yes, definitely. She just ate something she shouldn't have. As you see, she's already back to her usual self. Even though you and this tiny, angry dog don't exactly get along, you still feel relieved by his words, especially after remembering how anxious he was last night. I'm glad it wasn't anything serious. You were really worried. Soren nods, and a slight sheepish smile pulls at the corner of his lips. Princess, what did you eat? Yeah, I think it was chocolate. Maybe it was chocolate. Yeah, I guess I panicked, thinking I might actually lose her. I must have ruined her night too. Hopefully tonight's dinner makes up for it. I've known dogs that can eat chocolate and not just die of allergic reaction, so I've heard about that. No, please don't say that. Can you take her to their room? Accept your fate and let the dog silently judge you for the dinner. You already know Soren would never actually shut the dog in their room, so you resign yourself to this uncomfortable arrangement. After all, this is likely your last evening here. You hope you can muster enough patience to endure a few more hours of this. Just then, as if reading your thoughts, he comes to your rescue. It's almost Princess Brent time. She'll head to her bed soon. It's like, wise do you think a dog will have its own bedtime? They do what they want. The moment you step into the living room, the mouth-watering aroma of fried ribs spill out of the kitchen, wrapping around you. A single glance at the table tells you everything. The carefully arranged plates, the candles casting their warm glow, your favorite wine chilling in the ice bucket. It's like, I don't drink wine, Soren. It's painfully clear how much effort Soren put into this dinner, and the guilt inside you swells just a little more. How many of your exes have ever cooked a meal like this for you? Better question, how many ever cooked for you at all? Not reheated leftovers, not takeout, cooked. Was there even one amongst them who appreciated a meal you prepared? Maybe the real problem isn't this relationship, but your own feelings. Maybe what you should do is silence those unreliable emotions, the ones that keep dragging you into the wrong relationships, and finally listen to logic. Maybe instead of breaking up with Soren, you should be proposing to him. I think he would literally like that. No sarcasm at all. But why would Soren accept a proposal from someone like you? Because he's been stalking us. He has a better job, a nicer house, a reliable car, and a beloved dog, hobbies to fulfill him, and a life that seems to be going perfectly well. I think I have a reliable car. I did have my last one was reliable too. My last one would probably be his reliable car, and this one would be his reliable car any day. Toyota's built to last. Meanwhile, you have nothing but a job you constantly complain about, a few old friends, weak family ties, and a bunch of trauma and debt left over from terrible past relationships. The only things you could offer him are your adult feeble love compared to his, some of that, maybe a bit of charm and a whole lot of chatter. No, you're not being too harsh on yourself. You just want to remind yourself of the truth, that's all. Unlike your previous partners, you never understood what exactly keeps him in this relationship. Could this be what they call true love? Unfortunately, after your past bad relationships, your instincts wouldn't let you put those rose-colored glasses back on. You no longer believe in fairy tales with light knights rescuing princes from monsters. Do we believe in the white knight that could be a monster? Though, you could jump in trying to come up with an excuse for your unusually long silence caused by your thoughts. Everything looks amazing. Even with a simple phrase, it's enough to make his eyes light up. I'm so glad you like it. The food's almost ready. Do you need any help? No need, darling. I got it. Please just sit and relax for a bit. After checking on his dog, who has now gone to her bed in the corner, Soren smiles at you and disappears back down the hallway. Well, you wait for him. Maybe you could do something. We're gonna have to choose to stay in the living room, but like I said, I believe you could choose any of the answers from the choices. You could choose all but one of the choices from ending A, and it'll lead you to C. So hopefully, stay here in the living room. Before such a important conversation, you need a moment alone to gather your courage. Take a deep breath. You sit on the couch. A wooden display, cabinets, drawers, trinkets, porcelain, everything in the room, like the rest of the house, still preserves the arrangement inherited from Soren's grandfather and grandmother. Everything feels familiar and comforting. As the rain outside intensifies, the murmur of raindrops hitting the windows go louder, and you find yourself feeling surprisingly peaceful, as if you truly belong here. You know that by breaking up with him, you'd be saying goodbye, not only to him, but all these beautiful memories as well. Okay, I do not think I can do these unless I want to go for D, Indians D and F. So I'll have to go with content sentimentally and focus on your decision. But this isn't your first time. Of course, you can't compare your relationship with Soren to your previous ones. Among all of your past boyfriends, he was one who showed you the most care and attention. And he entered your life at the moment when you needed someone the most, providing miracles can still happen in this world. Even so, that didn't guarantee your relationship would last forever, so that your feelings would never change. Just like now. You're grateful for having met him, and for the first time you spent together. No matter how he reacts to your decisions to break up, that truth won't change. At least you hope it won't. Moments later, you hear his footsteps approaching the living room. And now everything's ready. We can move to the table, darling. Your final dinner with Soren begins like any other, despite the tensions charging inside you. As the scent of the warm lamb chops he has served reaches your nose, you realize you're actually hungry. I'll eat it. Then again, my stomach will be weird. I won't even want to eat. It's like, he makes all this dinner, it's like, I'm not hungry. He takes his seat across from you at the table and offers an encouraging smile. Please try it, love. I hope you like it. After everything he's done to prepare this for you, there's no way you could refuse. You pick up your fork under his attentive gaze and bring one of the pre-sliced pieces into your mouth. Did he just cut it for us? You don't need to be gourmet to know this is perfection. The crispness of the outside, the tenderness on the juice's center, the way every spice is pronounced just right. He always known he was skilled in the kitchen, but this was flawless. Everything's perfect. I never had anything like this in my life. Like he's never had it. I thought he said it was the ribs we like. He doesn't just react to the compliment itself. What satisfies him is what he sees in your eyes, in your face, your eyes. Even in the soft glow of the candlelight, you could tell the emotions welling up behind his gaze. Smiling, he leans forward to refill your wine glass. I'm glad to hear that, love. For the next minute or so, the only sounds are the rain tapping against the window, your utensils against the plate. Even Princess's absence, granting you both a moment of rare privacy. Continue eating. Tell him now? Okay, we have to tell him now. Tell him now. There's nothing to gain from waiting any longer. You believe he deserves to know why you really came here. And if you delay it much more, you might lose a resolve to go through with it. You slowly set your fork on the edge of your plate and mustering all your courage with your gaze to meet his. There's something I need to talk to you about. The flicker of surprise crosses his face at the seriousness in your voice. Even so, when he speaks, his tone is just soft and understanding as always. Of course, love, I'm always ready to listen to you. You take a deep breath, keeping your eyes on his, no stalling, no sugarcoating. I've been feeling like something's different lately about our relationship. Though the surprise in his expression deepens, he says nothing. He just watches you in silence, always waiting for you to finish. It's one of the things he always loved most about him. And also in this moment, one of the hardest to face, his way of truly listening, of giving weight to every word you say. But there's no turning back now. You have to follow through. This isn't easy to say, but I think we need to break up. The tension in the room is so thick, your words seem to hang in the air like smoke. His expression doesn't change, but you notice his eyes drift to his wine glass instead of staying on you. You give him space, time to take in. The sound of the rain outside seems to go louder, pressing in the silence between you. When he finally looks back at you, the warm light that always lived in his eyes is gone. I don't believe he made this decision on impulse, Wyan. But did I do something without realizing something that hurt you? His voice is gentle, so considerate that his response fills you with guilt, even though you know how deeply this must be hurting him. No, never. Honestly, it's quite the opposite, Soren. Out of all the men who've come and gone in my life, you are far by the best. The thought of losing you hurts me too. Still, none of that changes the quiet certainty that breaking up is the right thing to do. You speak again quickly, not wanting to give him the room to hope. This is about me, my feelings. I just don't think I could return your love the way you deserve. I don't think I could be truly happy in this relationship. He finally speaks, his voice quieter, more subdued. How long have you been felt this way? Or rather, how long have you known? A week. You hesitate, knowing too much details will do more harm than good, but you can't ignore his question. Since things got more serious between us, but the last month it's been something like I can't look past. I see. I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry for saying this during dinner you prepared so thoughtfully, but I couldn't keep it to myself any longer. You deserve to know. This time the smile that forms his lips is a little forced, wounded, but still kind. Don't feel guilty, Wyan. Of course, we didn't enter this relationship expecting it to end this way, but not every relationship concludes as we hope. That's perfectly normal. It doesn't mean either of us did something wrong. You realize that by delaying this conversation for so long, you only torture yourself and in a way been unfair to him. In the end, your coworker was right. Soren accepted your decision with grace, eventually dismantling the baseless fears you carried for so long. Once again, your instincts, those that have pulled you into this wrong relationship time and time again, have proven to be flawed. He choice is different from all theirs. In fact, he's perfect. Just absolutely perfect. And if you ever manage to escape the ghosts of your past relationships, maybe, just maybe, you could have quieted the part of your heart that refused to let him in. Things between you could have been so different, so much better. I'm lucky to have met you, Soren. You don't hesitate. As you reach for the hand, he gently extends to you to cross the table. You cross the table. The firm warmth flows into you, melting away all the tension that has clung to you for days. In this moment, you trust him more than ever. I'm lucky to have you, Wyan. You've always been special to me, and you always will be. You catch the glow in his eyes grow brighter, but it doesn't last long. He gently places his hand back and slowly rises from his chair. But, well then, I think we've come to the conclusion on this unpleasant but necessary matter. How about we continue dinner where we left off? As good friends, I'll bring out dessert. Before leaving the room, he pauses at the doorway and glances back at you. Of course, if you not stay, I could call a taxi to take you home. You narrow your eyes towards the clock above the fireplace. It's gone quite late. You spending time with him makes you feel better than you have in a long time. And you can't help but think about how lonely you might feel if you left him like this. We didn't say we were going to be friends this time. I could never say no to dessert, especially yours. You notice a subtle shift in his expression, and knowing your choice made him a little happier, fills you with relief. Alright then, I'll be right back. As he disappears in the kitchen, you let out a long breath. There's a strange lightness in your chest, but part sadness and part calm. A moment later, he returns with your favorite dessert, cream brulee. It was still a shadow behind his eyes, but the warmth in his smile quietly assures you that things are okay. The two of you enjoyed the dessert while watching a comedy, never once bringing up the breakup again. He's not going to. We're not seated. In fact, the way he occasionally comments on the jokes only makes you laugh harder. It reminds you of the easy, joyful moments when your friendship was just beginning. But by the end of the night, you can't refuse when he offers to drive you home himself. Neither of you speak as the car glides along the rain-slicked streets, but the silence is awkward. It's filled with peace and acceptance. When you arrive in the front of your crowded apartment building, he turns to you. Wine, I want you to know you can always reach out to me if you need anything. Being friends doesn't change that. Oh, we did. My brain just forgot. I just vlogged about that. His words tying something in your chest, your throat, but you still manage to smile. The same goes for you, Soren. Thank you, really. Good night. Good night. He's like, by the way, we're still boyfriend and girlfriend. You failed. After a month. Did you make the changes I asked for before we sent to the client? You're trying to stay calm despite your boss's usual entertaining tone. Yes. All of them? Yes. Did you double check? Yes. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Why don't you answer the phone? Then why have they been calling me nonstop since the beginning of the meeting? Why don't you pick up the phone and find out? Your boss's voice starts composed and ends up in the shout, casting a sudden silence over the entire office. How should I know? Your unexpected reply drops stunned looks from your coworkers. Your boss's face flushes bright red with rage just as the phone rings again. His answers and puts the call to the speaker. A familiar dread voice fills the room. It's the client who has made your wife a living heck lately. Hello? Hello, Mr. Miles. Sorry for the delay. I was in a meeting. Is there any issue with the proposal we sent? Your boss's tone is now softer, like a purring kitten after a warm meal. No, quite the opposite. I just wanted to say how pleased I am with everything. The changes you made, though you didn't inform me in advance, turned out to be very appropriate and necessary. Thank you. Your boss's face goes blank with confusion. You, on the other hand, shoot a smug I told you so glance around the room. I'm glad to hear that. Unless there's anything else I need to take care of or something urgent. Of course. Have a great day. Your boss swallows hard a few times, clearly lost for words, before deciding to pretend nothing happened. He takes a sip of his coffee, only to grumps. Cold. Anyway, let's not drag meetings out like this again. That's all for now. As the meeting ends and your colleagues start filling out, you rise to leave, but your boss's voice stops you. Why, could you stay a minute? Ignore the meaningful look. Your coworker throws your way, and goodbye. Once everyone is gone, your boss turns to you with a surprisingly softer expression. That was good work. How would you feel about grabbing dinner sometime? I'm gonna say it surprisingly looks like ending A. You pause a little too long, thrown out by the absurdity of this meeting and how it's now delaying your work even more. Is a surprise business dinner? Oh no. So we're not meeting a client? No, yes, no client. Then I'll go ahead and book the usual table for the team. Your boss' face immediately returns to its usual straightness. For God's sake, why no client, no team? I'm talking about just dinner, just the two of us. Oh, now I get it. Thank God. So how about tonight? Oh, I already have plans for tonight. In the case Saturday evening? Well, actually, a friend of mine was in a terrible car accident. Thankfully, nothing serious. But his arm is in a cast, and I need to be there to help him out. Wait. Okay, this definitely is different. Your boss physically stiffens at this answer, but chooses not to push you further. Okay, what happens if we were still dating Sword? This would come off as creepy, boss. I see another time then. I just wanted to apologize. Considering your boss's usual angry demeanor, even that could be some considered progress. You're busy too. I'm sure it isn't intentional. Just, if you let me leave a few hours early today, I really appreciate it. I'm going to pick up the friend I mentioned. Of course, I hope your friend gets well soon. When you return to your desk in high spirits after leaving your boss behind in the meeting room, your coworker pounces with excitement. What did he say? Tell me right now, or I'll die of curiosity. I'll never forget the look on his face when the client thanked him over the phone. Haha, I wish I could take a photo. Wait, did he actually apologize to you? As you sit down and toss the files onto your desk, you mutter, sort of, he invited me to dinner as an apology. Just then, your coworker, who was raising her mug to her lips, spit out her slip. What? Calm down, you choke. Under the strange looks of a few people passing in front of your desk, you help her clean herself and the desk with a napkin. Ignoring the coffee stainer, she merely turns back to you. Oh crap, I never thought you'd be the type. He seems like a true workaholic who didn't care about anything except the clients. But look at that. He found out about your breakup with Soren. So what did you say to him? Wait, are you saying he's flirting with me? It's just felt like a simple thank you to me. Well, I think it was flirting. Do you have any idea how much trouble we'll be in with this client? He should be happy we finally made him happy. Do you know have any idea how much trouble we were in with that client? Should be happy to finally we finally made him happy. Your coker shoots you a disbelieving look. Are you serious, Wyan? Last week I broke my back trying to convince some client not to cancel. I didn't get any dinner invitations. Yeah, but it's like a month one. You consider that she might be right, but honestly, you don't really care. And I think we have Soren that will be still stalking us. Maybe he was just a good mood. Either way, I don't think I would be going out to dinner with anyone anytime soon. You know, I can't leave Soren alone after the car crash. So for a while, I'm stuck with my old MAX. Hearing this, your coworker also turns serious and drops the farting topic. Right. How's he doing? Basically pretty good. The arm is in a cast, limits movements, of course. When we walk his dog every day, I try to hold the leash so that the little devil will immediately pick a fight with someone. Person's picking a fight with everyone else. Psychologically. Us. Yes. He paused for a moment, sighing involuntarily. To be honest, I have no idea. He seems happy, as always, but the more I think about the timing of the accident, the worse I feel. The coker gently places a hand on your shoulder. But how could that be your fault? You don't actually think he crashed because he was driving you home, do you? That's totally gentle. He crashed after heading home? I doubt that. Why did that night was incredibly selfish. I showed up to the dinner he had carefully prepared for me, and out of nowhere told him I wanted to break up. He did it on purpose. Then I just ate dessert like nothing happened, and let him drive me home in that terrible weather. No, I didn't even stop to think how he might have felt. What if something worse had happened in that crash? I think I'm becoming like my exes, irresponsible, heartless. I can't finish the sentence, but confessing what's been on your mind for the past month brings you a strange sense of relief. A sad expression spreads over your coworker's face. Why, you're nothing like them. You've been too hard on yourself. Right now, what Soren needs is someone by his side, and you're doing exactly that. Honestly, I bet you don't think about him that much, even when you're still together. You must be surprised, too. In the silence that follows, the background chatter of keyboards and phone rings in the office drift to your ears. You realize your attachment to Soren has deepened since the accident, whether it's from guilt or fear of losing him. The fact that it happened right after the breakup terrifies you. But for now, you decide not to dwell on it. Oh, I think we failed on breaking up, though. You might be right. Anyway, he's gonna get back together with us. You might be right. Anyway, I need to wrap up and head out. I can't waste time off I got from the boss. Your coworker reels from the second shock of the day. That man definitely has a thing for a woman who take him off. He has a type. I'm pretty sure someone has likes us too, though. He goes after us, and someone's gonna probably go stabby on our boss. You leave your coworker alone with brilliant observations and return to your work. After a while, you say goodbye to her and step outside with the well-earned pride of being the first to leave the office. Soren's car is waiting for you in the company's parking lot. Due to his arm being in the cast, you've been driving for him, and now you're rushing to pick him up from his doctor's appointment without delay. Still, thanks to the traffic, you don't manage to arrive before his appointment ends. There's less to use his car. Soren. As soon as Soren sees you in front of the hospital, he smiles. How long was his appointment anyway? I see him frowning. You really don't need to come. I was going to take a taxi anyway. You always have your car. I'm driving you. No way, I can't allow that as your personal chauffeur. How did the checkup go? It went well, but they did say we need to wait a few more weeks before removing the cast. Though his smile remains, you can detect a hint of unease in his eyes. One, I understand you're trying to help, and I always be grateful for that. Still, if you're getting tired, I could ask another friend for help. You've really done so much for me. Have you really done enough? No, we haven't. Logic tells you to say yes, to say goodbye to him, and go back to your own home, to stop living in the guest room of your ex's boyfriend's house. Oh, we're living with him too. But your heart says it's too soon. You can wait a little longer, at least until he has fully recovered. With mock seriousness, you frown. Don't be ridiculous, Soren. You never find another driver as good as me, and the dog walker, and the chef. I think you could probably find a better driver. Be honest. Me, it's not a truck. I don't know how to drive it. Your joke seems to dispel the shadows in his eyes. His voice now seems lighter, more relaxed. I'm not so sure about the last one, but why don't we eat out today? I heard there's a nice restaurant nearby. I doubt it's as delicious as my lasagna. You mean your burnt lasagna? It's still good. I like the burnt parts. Not burnt. Extra crispy. Now get in the car before I change my mind and drive us straight home. You were a bad girl, but now you are a good friend. Neutral. You were a bad girlfriend, but now you're a good friend. Neutral ending C. And that was neutral ending C. If you like my content, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Comment down below and liking the video. See you guys next time.